here on our second day, heading towards our potential second walking tour, going through the newer part of Havana. Yeah, we're in a bit of a rush. Our tour starts at 10:30 and it's 10:05, so we're walking fast. Let's see how it will go today. We're now here in the Parque de la Fraternidad, or Fraternity Park. And yesterday when we sat here as well, there were these ladies next to us. There. And what they're doing is they're selling their fortune. So if you want to, know your future and how your fortune is, they will tell you. They will wish you many things, I'm sure. And they're just sitting around here waiting for people to come to them or trying to sell it. The card reading, and you throw in some, I think, dices or something. We were watching a bit yesterday. That's what we noticed, and I think they're here every day. So we're back where we were yesterday. We're waiting for the tour for New Havana. Never showed up. It was a risk, we knew. We tried to haggle for a bicycle taxi to take us all the way to this bookshop that we saw in the new part of Havana, Vedado. But he told us it's too far away. So now we decided to walk there. So that's the plan for today. It'll take us about an hour. So it will be a nice exercise for our legs. Wearing shoes today, so it's a bit better than yesterday. Let's see how it. We started walking up Simon Bolivar Street, which after a point it merged with Salvador Allende Avenue, also known as Avenida de Carlos III. It is one of the most important avenues in Havana that connects old Havana to the more modern Vedado neighbourhood. Along it, we found several shops, hospitals, and businesses, being a very busy area with people and cars. We also noticed that, as we left the old Havana, the old and crumbling buildings were giving room to larger and more modern-looking ones. Let's talk a bit about Vedado neighbourhood. The polar opposite of old Havana, Vedado looks like a cross between Paris and a mildly disarranged American city. Historically, it was a place of residence for upper and middle class before the revolution in 1959. Nowadays, Vedado represents an area of great social, cultural, and economic development in Havana. It is a residence for some of the wealthier Cubans, and it is considered Havana's financial district, where the main banks, airlines, offices, shops, and most business headquarters, and also the University of Havana, are located, along with numerous high-rise apartments and hotels. Vedado, compared to Old Havana and Central Havana, is a much more recently built suburb. At the same time, Vedado is actually quite old itself, with pretty much all the buildings having been constructed before 1960. And since many of the buildings have been poorly maintained since then, its appearance, like that of Old Havana and Central Havana, is still one of decay and deterioration, and one which transports you to a different era, stimulating the imagination and the senses. Hello. So we just finished our 5.5 kilometer walk to Cuba Libro, which is like a cafe bookshop.
Yeah, it was a nice walk now in the morning, and we are gonna have some really nice fresh. We're gonna have some really nice fresh frappuccinos with vanilla and empanada with jamon. Yeah, and then we will see. We'll see where we're going next. But now we're just relaxing a bit, drinking our coffee, and enjoy. Just back from a coffee bookshop place we found in the Vedado neighbourhood, so that's the newer part of Havana. It's like a book oasis, really nice, created by a New Yorker that came here as a journalist. And now we are walking back towards close to our place. We're going to a Michelin star restaurant called Salchi Pizza. It's owned by a Cuban Michelin chef that got his Michelin star back in Italy, and then he decided to come back to his homeland and start this place. So we're walking towards there in the Cuban heavy heat, and we're sweating a lot and drinking a lot of water. But yeah, so we were enjoying these little moments of shadow like this one under the nice trees here, exploring a bit these different streets outside of Old Havana or Havana Vieja, which is a bit more touristy. So it's a nice change from yesterday's tour. Yeah, we're a bit doing it on our own today, so it's nice.
I think it's this one.
Yeah, so the guy just told us that the restaurant is closed and it's only opening on Monday. So now we need to think of another place where we can go and have something to eat.
Restaurant that we're not sure where we got this recommendation from, but it looks really, really beautiful. What was the name? Do you remember?
La Guarida.
La Guarida. So yeah, just Jana will take you around to see the place. malanga fries, and it's courtesy from the restaurant. So I'll let you try it. It's tasty. I'm trying to understand the taste. It's filling. It has strong fried taste, but I'm not 100% how to describe the inside part. Maybe you should try.
Oh, it's hot. It's very, very fried. It's a bit heavy. But I don't know, it's because of the fried. I think it's because it's like double fried. Very crunchy.
Yeah, but what is the filling? What do you think it has inside?
I'm not sure. Exactly because the fried dough overpowers everything else in terms of taste. So.
All right.
Okay, it's interesting. So now we're gonna have the starter, which is a beef carpaccio, which is famous. It's I think it's from Italy or France, one of the two. I've tried them in France, I think. So let's try the Cuban version. It's very nice.
Would you recommend it?
Well, if you're not a vegetarian, yeah.
Good point.
It's very nice.
So what do we have here, John?
So here we have conchinello con miel and naranja, which is pork in a honey and orange sauce. Looks very nice with the side dish white rice. Here we have the famous ropa vieja, or old clothes, which is kind of leftovers of meat, shredded, with some nice peppers and some chickpeas, and inside dish sweet potatoes, my favorite. So enjoy. Very nice. Very tasty. Is it nice?
It's tender. This is crispy. The inside part is so tender. Delicious. Dessert time. I don't know. I'm good in eating, not in the names, keeping the names. So can you help us? What was the name of this one?
It was, I have it somewhere here.
Anyways, I think it's
In my phone.
pineapple tart
Yeah, there you go.
and
I'll show it to
ice
them,
cream,
wait.
homemade ice cream.
This one here. So it's pineapple, hojaldre, which I don't know what it is, and nice vanilla ice cream. Nice?
Oh, it's really tasty. You should try it.
I want to.
Oh yeah.
Mine?
Oh yeah.
Chocolate tart.
What is the soup?
I don't know, it's the sauce. Oh well. It's like mousse. Chocolate mousse, actually.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What is the soup?
Condensed milk, I think.
It's not dulce de leche.
Before it becomes dulce de leche. That's what it is.
How many stars out of 5?
4.5.
Very good.
I never give the full.
I would give to mine 4.7.
Very nice. I'll try yours. Can I?
Alright, yeah. I want to see your reaction.
Oh. Very nice.
How much do you give to mine?
4.8.
Whoa. Very good. Alright.
After a delicious 3-course meal, we needed to walk a little bit to digest our lunch. We decided to head back to the central part of Havana for our final activity of the day, a tour with one of the classic cars. We considered several prices. Our Casa Particular said they could arrange the 1-hour drive for 30 euros, but our guide from the walking tour told us not to give more than 25 euro for both of us, because sometimes they say 25 euro per person, which doesn't make any sense as it's the same car. When one of the drivers told us 25 euro per person, we laughed and we said that according to our tour guide, the maximum price we should pay for the tour should be 25 euro for both of us. We told the driver, if you want to do it for 25 euro, great. If not, we will skip it. And then another driver said he would do the 1-hour tour for that price, so in the end we decided to go. We did the Blue Line tour, which started in Paseo del Prado. We passed through Capitolio and went through the Havana Tunnel under Havana Bay. We were going fairly slowly, so we were able to enjoy the sights, take pictures, and make videos.
So here we are at the Cuban Jesus Christ statue. On the left hand, he's holding the mojito, and on the right hand, the Cuban cigar. So this is why we say it's the Cuban Jesus Christ. And then if we point there to our right side, we'll have the house of Che Guevara, where he used to live. Of course, with the best view to the city. And then over there you can have some nice drinks, and we just came here with our classic tour in a classic car, and we're gonna go back to it. So enjoy the view.
Next stop was the Morro Castle, or in Spanish, Castillo de los Tres Reyes del Morro. Named after the 3 biblical magi, is a fortress guarding the entrance to the Havana harbor. From there you can see one of the best sunsets in all Havana. We really enjoyed passing through Malecon during the golden hour just before sunset. We would definitely recommend to do the classic car tour, because you can see the city from a different perspective. On our way back to the Casa Particular, we bumped into a celebration where Cubans were all together, drinking and dancing in the main square in celebration of the end of the summer.
Cheers. So, we're now here chilling in our Casa Particular. Last night in Havana. Briefly I mentioned hotel and Casa Particular. I mentioned these two terms, but what I mean really is Casa Particular. So this is where we're staying in all of our stay in Cuba. And what is Casa Particular? So it's kind of like an Airbnb type concept. You actually can book it through Airbnb. And this is where local Cubans have houses, and they rent extra rooms that they have to foreign tourists. And it's a great chance for you to support local Cuban people, and you actually get a lot of benefits out of it. local tips. You can get, all meals, breakfast, and dinner at an extra cost. But anyways, the prices that you pay per night are quite cheap if you come from Europe, US or Canada. And other than that, you can get good tips in terms of where to go out, what to eat as well outside in the city you're in. Also, drinks like we're having right now. And anything else in terms of exchange of money, for example, they offer you a very good rate as well. They can organize trips and excursions, activities in the cities. They told us straight away if we want to do like the classic taxi tour that we did yesterday, they could organize it for us. And our trip tomorrow to Vinales was organized through them. So all the colectivos you can take from one Casa Particular to the next one can be organized. So this takes all the hassle away. Another great tip is these internet cards. So in Cuba, the internet situation is a bit different than what you might be experiencing back home or other places you might visit. There's not free Wi-Fi really available. What you have are these cards that you can buy. They have a time limit, 1 or 5 hours. And then in the back, they have like a password. And you need to find these Wi-Fi spots. You log in the page called Nota, or I think it's Texa, which is the name of the telecommunications company in Cuba, the only one, I think. And then you log in and you have whatever amount of hours to use internet. In the case of the Casa Particular, it's great. We have actually a router, so we can connect to it. The thing to keep in mind is you need to log out, so you don't waste the whole 5 hours if you don't need them in one go. So that's very important to keep in mind. But because the Casa Particular has a router, if you don't log out before you disconnect on your phone, your card keeps running. So then you might, you are wasting it basically. But in our case, the easier way we found to disconnect and to log out is just to plug the router plug, and that's it. So it's the concept. It's really great. They're super nice. You can count on them for everything. So we highly recommend for you to stay in Casa Particulars. Also because from what I heard, hotels here are not the best. Quite expensive, and you don't really get very good value for money. So if you come to Cuba, stay in Casas Particulars. Cheers.